Assalamu alaikum, guys. So today we are going to do chapter metals, which is a part of chemistry. So what are metals? Metals are elements which are basically good conductors. Okay, they are good conductors. Okay. Okay. So metals are good conductors, and what are metal? What are the arrangement of metals? Can you guess what is the arrangement of metals? The metal have an arrangement of metallic bonds. Okay, metallic bonds. And how are metallic bonds? What is the structure of metallic bond? It's like this. Okay, these are positive nuclei, and in it there is a sea of electrons. Okay, this is the structure of a metallic bond. And this question is readily asked in past papers that give the structure of a metallic bond or draw the structure of a metallic bonds. And this is a key key thing to be noted down because this is readily as the structure of metallic bond, in which in this structure we have to show the positive nuclei, and the small one is the electrons. Okay. So basically, how what is a metallic bond? It is the forces of attraction between the positive nuclei and the sea of electrons. Okay, forces. You should note it down. Okay? Positive nuclei and the sea of electrons. And in past papers, question is also asked that what is a metallic bond? So for that, what you have to do is that you have to draw the metallic bond. That you have to define that what is the metallic bond, and this is the answer that it is the forces of attraction between positive nuclei and the C. Okay. So what are the basic properties of a metals from which we can identify that it's a metal? So the first property is that they have a shiny surface. Okay, they have a shiny surface. Okay, I hope that you are noting these points because these properties are also asked in the past papers. Okay, and with this, they are also ductile. Okay, they have ductility. They are ductile means that they can be turned into wires. Okay, and they are malleable. Okay, means that they can take any shape when force is applied. Okay, any shape when force is applied. Okay, so so there's also a question of the appearance of metals in the past papers, that what is the appearance of metal. So in that, the key terms are silver, gray, silver, silver gray, or a shiny surface. Okay, these are the key terms for the appearance of the metals, and as you can see that it is one of the property of metals. Okay, so until now, have you noted these points? I hope so that you have noted these points. Inshallah. Okay, so now the next property of metal is that they have a high density. Okay, means that they can easily sink in water. Okay, and with high density, they have high melting and boiling points. Okay, melting and boiling points. And with these, there's another property of metal that from which we can identify that it is a metal is that it forms basic oxides. Okay, it forms basic oxides. You are, we have to learn these all of the properties because these all properties come in the past papers. Okay, and one more famous definition of the metal is that they form cation when react with non-metal. Okay, forms cation when reacted with metals. Okay, with non-metals. Sorry, non-metals, not metals, non-metals. Okay, so where's the razor? Yeah, here it is. Nine. Okay, so non-metals. So they form cations when react with non-metals. Okay, so these are some of the properties of metal that, and in this we can also say that they are good conductors, and they take any, they can be converted into any desired shape. Okay, and one more important point to be noted is that, and this point also comes in the past papers, because in the past paper there is a question that why does metals conduct electricity? Okay, so in the past paper there comes a question that why does metals conduct electricity? So the answer to this is that because of free moving electrons. Okay, of free moving electrons. And this question is mostly asked in the past paper. Almost every time this question is asked. Okay, so now we will do some reactions which is done with metal, Okay, so let's start. Okay, so what are alkali metals? Now, first, I forgot to do that for alkali metals. So, what is an alkali metal? Alkali metal. So, what is an alkali metal? Yes, Ayan? Do you know anything about alkali metal? Yes. Hello. Okay, so you are right. Yes, it is they are the first group metals. Yes, first group metals. Yes. Uh, the second property of an alkali metal is they are very reactive. Okay, they are very reactive. Okay, and alkali are actually the bases which are water soluble also. Okay, they are water soluble, and moreover they are soft metals. Okay, you should be noting these points. Okay, and another property of an alkali metal is that its softness increases down the group. Okay, increases down the group. And the other point of alkali metal is that they have low density. Okay, they have low density, and with this, the other point for alkali metal can be like they form ionic compound. Is also main point. Okay, they form an ionic compound. Okay, so I think that's enough for the properties of the alkali metals. Like they have low melting points. You can also note this down. Melting and boiling points. Okay, I think that's enough for alkali metals to be more detailed. So now we will do the reaction. It's the when the metal reacts with an acid. Okay, so now we will do the reaction of metal with an acid. Okay, or no, first we should do, I think, the
Water.
reaction with water. Yes, yes, you are right. Yeah, yeah. How did you know that? Marshall.
I have no answer.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, buddy. You are right. We will be doing water. Okay, so let me take a nice color. No, not this one. Let's take white. I'm using white after uh use time. Okay. Reaction. reaction of metals with water. Okay. In exams, the most important parts are the reactions. Okay, in the metal chapter. Okay, the reactions are the most important parts, like the reaction with metal, the reaction with acid, the reaction with oxygen, the reaction with metal oxide with carbon. Okay, so these are the important parts, and also the displacement reaction, and and how the displacement reaction is used in the extraction of iron. Okay, so the reactions are the main parts of this uh, metal chapter. Okay, so now let's start with the reaction of metal with water. Okay, so when a reactive metal reacts with water, like potassium, when it reacts with H2O, what does it form? Yes, 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 potassium hydroxide, and a hydrogen gas is also produced. Okay, so in this reaction, what we observe is that it's very violent reaction. Okay, and the fun fact is that it cannot be done, and that we can't do it with warm water because it's too reactive, that we do not do it with warm water, but either we do it with cold water. Okay. Okay. So in this, the potassium actually melts. What we can observe is that the potassium melts. Okay. And when we react, uh, like a little less reactive metal with water, like for example, we may say like iron, or let's take zinc. Okay, so what do you observe? Certain plus H2O is like uh, ZnO plus H2. Okay, so when we react Zn with H2O, what do we observe? We observe that the reaction which is done is very slow reaction, and it is not done with water. Sorry, the what with water the zinc does not react actually, but with steam it does react. And what do you observe? You observe slow reaction. Okay, with steam. So the most reactive metal reacts very violently, and hence like it's just descends down that violently, and then first it reacts very violently, then a little slow reaction, then slow reaction, and then it decreases. Okay, and then in the last, when it starts, when the steam or water both starts to react with lead, there is no reaction in with lead. Okay, because it's very unreactive, very less reactive. So we are done with reaction with water. So now let's do the reaction with acid. Reaction with acid. Okay, so so in acid, the the fun fact is that the most reactive metals, like potassium and sodium, does not react directly with acid, as they are very reactive metals. Okay, so you should note it down that Na and potassium does not react directly. Like it does, but we do not do it because the explosion is too massive that we cannot handle the explosion. Okay, it's too massive. So hence we do not react it with sodium, neither potassium. But we react it, but an acid can be reacted with a with calcium. Okay, so Ca, let's suppose, let's take HCl and acid, like hydrochloric acid, dilute hydrochloric acid. Okay, so in this, what happens that Ca and Cl will get together. So means, as we know that hydrogen gas will be produced. So let's write H2 before it. So Ca has two positive charge and Cl has negative charge, negative one. So this will go here and two positive will go here. So Ca will get the one charge which we don't usually write, and Cl will get two. Okay, because and we do write it. Okay, so you got it CaCl2 plus H2O. This is how we are going to solve it. Okay, so then we reacted with calcium. And in this observation, what do we see? What do we see? That very fast reaction with bubbles of H2O gas can be observed. Okay, the reaction is very fast and furious. Okay, and this is how it does its reaction with calcium. While and then it's the same thing that it can react with magnesium, zinc, and it can also react with iron, and it can also react with lead. While lead does not react with water. Okay, so it means that in acid, lead does react with acid. Okay, and it also reacts with copper. That's the thing. While copper does not react with water, even though copper is too much not that much reactive, but still it reacts with acid. And in this, what we can see is that CuCl, Cu has two positive charge, so this two positive charge will go to Cl, and hence Cl will get two. Okay, and Cl has 1 minus one, so one will go Ca will get one, and one we don't usually write. So this is how we will write it. Okay, and here it will come H2 because its hydrogen is always produced when metal react with acid. Okay, and when a metal react with oxygen, what does it do? So basically most of the metals, like from the start to the end, except silver and gold, all of the metal reacts with oxygen. Okay, so look, which one to be chosen? Let's take, oh, let's take green. Okay, so now we will do reaction with oxygen, and these reaction comes in the paper. Okay, so you have to remember these reactions, that what does it produce, like it will produce this and with and a gas called hydrogen and this and that. Okay, so how does it react with oxygen? So with oxygen, what happens is that when potassium reacts with potassium, its sign is K, reacts with oxygen O2, it forms potassium oxide. Okay, KO2. That's simple, and that's the same thing in every thing. Like when Fe reacts with the oxygen, okay, what it forms? Fe3 when it reacts with oxygen. So as you can know that Fe has two forms, Fe2 and Fe3. Okay, so when Fe3 reacts with oxygen, what does it do? This oxygen's two positive charge will two two negative charge will go to, with this two basically will go with Fe, and this three will basically go with O. So Fe2 and O3 will be produced, and that's it. In the reaction with iron. Okay, with Fe3 iron. And in copper, that's simple. That in copper, what happens is that CO, when Cu will react with CO, uh, it will give CO. When Cu will react with CO2, what will it give? CuO. And why is it so? Because this copper also have two, and this oxygen also have two charge. So these both will cancel out, and both will have no charge, like 1 1 charge. Okay, Cu1 and O1. Okay. So that's done with that's how a metal reacts with oxygen. Now let's do the reaction with metal oxide. When oxide reacts with carbon, let's do this. Metal oxide, when it reacts with carbon. So how is the carbon reaction? So in this, carbon does not react with the first four metals in the reactivity series. Okay, first four means the first top most reactive metal, the first topmost four reactive metals, it does not do any reaction with it. Like if we do K2O plus carbon, what will it produce? it won't do any reaction, okay? Because carbon is less reactive than potassium. That's why, hence, it won't do any reaction. While the first five elements, okay, means the potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium, and aluminum. These first five of okay, so you can so because they are more reactive than carbon, so no displacement reaction is done in this. While when it reacts with zinc oxide, that's carbon, what does it produce? It produces uh, it produces carbon oxide plus zinc. Okay, and why do we react with it with this zinc, iron, or copper? We react it to extract metals. Okay, because carbon is a cheap compound, is a cheap element which it is like mostly available, okay, and it is cheap, so hence we use carbon for extraction of these metals like zinc, iron from its iron ore, which is known as hematite, and copper, and from copper, which is and the copper ore is known as, I think, bauxite. So we are done with this, so now let's stop our class for today. So that's it for today, guys. So do like and share and subscribe, and inshallah we will do displacement reaction in the next class. So stay tuned and don't miss the next class because it's very important. Okay, bye.